Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Rob Benedict. Thank you, everybody. That's so nice. The band. Thank you, guys. Have fun back there. It's so nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too, Mike. He really does think he just met me. And normally, Richard Speight hosts the show with me. That's what normally, for those of you that are new, that's what normally goes on. And Rich, for the third convention in a row, had to cancel. And so it's been just me, and so I just want to say thank you for embracing that and for making it such a fun job to get up here and dance in front of you. I appreciate it. It's since COVID we haven't really been able to be together. You know, he's been my partner in crime. I'm breaking out on my own. I'm solo, free as a bird. I kind of like it. No one making jokes at my expense. No one throwing me under the bus. It's kind of nice.
Hi, Rob.
Hi.
My question for you is, what is your favorite classic rock song featured on Supernatural?
Oh, jeez. I mean, okay, let me just start with what my favorite classic rock song is, and then you can tell me if it was on Supernatural. The only classic rock song I know was on Supernatural is Carry On. Yeah. Which is one of the best classic rock songs ever.
Yeah.
However, if I had to name a different classic rock song, I like The Boys Are Back in Town, that Thin Lizzy song. Did they use that on the show?
Yes.
Awesome. They should, because it fits for The Boys. You seem disappointed with my answer.
I forgot that was on the show.
Oh, yeah, same. But yeah, The Boys Are Back in Town. The Boys Are Back in Town.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I like classic rock. She's that's funny. You can sit down if you want to. I'm just gonna keep talking. But a lot of people don't like the Eagles, but I like the Eagles. Did they ever play the song, the Eagles on the show? Yes. Yeah? Oh, that's cool. Oh, you know what else I like? Journey. That's classic rock, right? I like that Journey. Boy, the Journey. They're great. Man, I feel like that's my era. The Journey. Yeah, they're great. So that was a good question. Okay, a little bit of a solo song. I know you have questions, so I won't take too much time. As the cold wind blows your mind out to sea, you inhale. It's a song called Elevator. I just released a new solo single. It's called Elevator. It's on the iTunes and the Spotify. And next Friday I'm going to release my second solo single, and that's also going to be on the Spotify and the iTunes. And then in January I'm going to have a solo album that's going to come out. Anyway, this is Elevator, and starting with the second line of the song. And the sunsets are doing numbers with the beach. You pop the sails. In your heart you know that it ain't right. You catch the wheel, and you're getting ready for a fight. You fail, There you go. Thank you. I normally play that in a different tuning, so I can't really play the guitar in it, but I can sing it a cappella, so that's what that was. That was a cappella, no instrument. Anyway, download it, it's cool. I'm super proud of the new songs. So you can just find it under the name Rob Benedict. That's me. Okay, questions?
So we were wondering, what did you do to get those beads?
Oh, I'm wearing beads. Oh, Christ. Oh, God. No, God, man, I wish, well, I showed my boobs. I showed my man boobs. Yeah, to Liz backstage. And she's like, please, dear God, just take him and put your shirt back on. No, I just stole them from Liz. Liz had a whole pile of them. And I was like, it's New Orleans, I should have them. And then I put them on, and I was like, oh, I kind of like it. They're fancy. Yeah, I forgot that you had to do something to get them. Now I owe Liz something. Liz is backstage going, oh, no, you don't owe me anything. Fine, we're good. Yeah. Oh man, this is a naughty place. There are a couple of naughty cities we go to. Vegas is pretty naughty, and New Orleans is naughty.
Don't forget Porncouver.
Oh, Porncouver, yeah. It's right there in the name. God, basically any city we go to is a little naughty because we're there. Yeah. Okay.
So, Mr. Rob, first I'd like to say you and your band are fantastic.
Oh, thank you so much.
So, my question is, do you consider yourself a musician first, an actor second, or an actor first and a musician second, and how do you balance the two career paths?
Well, thanks for that question. It's a really good question. For the longest time, I consider myself an actor first. I mean, I went to theater school, and I knew I wanted to be an actor from a young age, and I knew what I wanted my path to be. I wanted to study theater, and I wanted to move to LA and pursue that, and that's what I did. So that's always been my sort of lifelong dream. I still have the childhood dream that I still think is going to come true someday, that I'm going to win an Academy Award. Like that's my childhood wish. And so I put a lot into that. And music was always this thing that was like my passion. It like brought me joy. And so when the band started, I never had any, I really don't, and I still kind of have this now too. I'm putting out the solo record. It really isn't it's not to make a living. I really just want people to hear my music, so I don't put that pressure. I'm like, oh, I gotta make money, I gotta do this, and I want it to be that successful, and I need it, because I put that much pressure on my acting as my bread and butter. So music to me is it's a passion. But the more serious we've gotten as a band, and the more music we put out, the more people like you that have heard us and listened to us, the more, not that I didn't always take it seriously, but the more, I guess, the more I consider it a career. But it's still such a passion that I don't want to sully it by putting that pressure on it to gotta succeed, right? So I guess, I do think myself as an actor first, but I couldn't exist without doing music, because it really is like a healing thing for me to do. And I used to say, it all comes from the same place, right? It all comes from creativity and this desire I have to sort of want to create things. And like I said, I don't know where I'd be without it. So I guess if you're giving me a test, gun to my head, I don't know why you'd have a gun to my head or why I would take a test, but I would say, acting is maybe how I define myself as an actor, but because music, is more my passion, but yeah, it all comes from the same place. And I take both of them very seriously. Yeah, being an actor is hard because it's not something you can practice on your own very well. If you don't have a line to read, when you're a musician, you can actually do it on your own. And so, like I said, I don't know what I'd do without it. It really keeps me going from acting job to acting job, is falling back on the music. So I'm really glad you enjoy it. I'm really so proud to bring the band with me to these things and play for you guys. And I hope you'll come to the show tonight because it's a really special thing. Thanks so much for the question. I hope it's not a great answer, but yeah, I don't have a clear answer on that one, but I really do. I guess I consider myself both as an actor and a musician. So yeah. And now I'd be just as happy with a Grammy. That'd be awesome. And if we could play Saturday Night Live, that would be the best. If I could host Saturday Night Live and the band would play, that would be freaking cool. I'd take that. Okay, I'll do it. Well, I guess that's it for me. Yeah. So thanks again. Thanks for being at my panel. That was fun. I know who's coming on stage. Do you know who's coming on stage? It's our favorite angel, Misha Collins! He's alright!
Hello, everyone. You can't see what we see up here, which is just bright lights.
It's like a big car headed right.
There are we can see the silhouettes of 4 heads in the front. And as far as I know, there are only 10 people in total here. 10 very loud people, yeah.
10 very loud people.
That was awkward.
Bye, Rob. Bye, Rob.
Bye. He just walked away. So weird. I was just about to talk to him.
Yeah.
He has no social graces, that guy. Hi, everyone.
Hi, Misha.
Well, it's nice to see you all. It's been so long since we've been able to get together like this, and it feels so nice to be in your company again. I still can't see you, which is a little weird. Is it possible to bring up the house lights just a little bit? That's nice. Now I feel like I'm in the company of people again. Does anyone have any questions for me? Hello, person.
Hello.
Everyone has run out of questions, finally.
That's okay. Hey.
Hi.
So my question is, if you had the opportunity to, I guess maybe retcon something that happened like in an episode or like an arc for your character over this series or this show, like what would it be?
What would that phrase that you just said mean?
Like retcon? Like gotta
Did you
wipe
say
it out?
redcon?
Redcon.
What does that mean?
It means like to erase it from like the history of the show. Like if something happened that you think was maybe out of character for Castiel, like if you could change it.
Oh, I see. Yes. I would say that if I could write something out of the show, it would be when Castiel was forced by Death. Was it Death? One of the horsemen of the apocalypse? I don't remember. To get on his hands and knees and eat ground hamburger meat out of a dog dish.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Famine. It was famine.
Yeah.
Thank you for fact checking me. I would undo that from my memory.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's really just selfish. As an actor, I didn't like doing that.
How much of that did you end up having to eat, or did you all spit it out into a spit bucket?
Well, it wasn't actually raw ground meat.
Yeah.
It was raw vegetarian ground meat, which actually isn't that much better.
Yeah.
And I had to eat some.
Yeah.
When I was new on the show, I was new in every sense of the word, and I didn't know certain tricks. So I don't know if you know this, but when you're watching a scene on a TV show, it's not actually unfolding exactly as it appears on screen. Like, for example, we do multiple takes from different camera angles. Did you know that?
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah.
yes, I'm not stupid.
Yeah.
And I didn't quite know that when I started on Supernatural. So there was a scene in, we were in a bar at it was a strip club, and Dean is trying to school Castiel in some of the ways of the world, and I have a beer, and it's a pint glass of beer. And we did one take, and I drank the whole beer in like one guzzle. But it was kind of funny, because it was like Castiel doesn't really even know, like you don't just like chug a whole pint of beer. And then the director was like, that was great, let's go again. Did another take, chugged the whole pint of beer again. And then we did a third take. I was like, oh, okay. And I chugged the whole pint of beer again, and the director, we moved the cameras around, and the director laughed, and he's like, Misha, that's hilarious, that chugging the beer thing. Do that again for the next take. And the first two takes where I chugged the whole beer, I had not been on camera. Rookie mistake.
Oh my God.
Okay, thanks.
All right, thank you.
Hi.
Hi. I was not expecting to get chosen, so,
Okay, so if you sign up and you might get chosen, maybe just plan for that eventuality. It is possible, statistically possible, that you will be chosen if you put your name in the hat.
what songs do you need to have on a running playlist?
I don't need to have any specific songs on a running. Are you a runner?
I am.
Here's the thing for me, I have to switch the music. I get sick of it pretty quickly, which is really frustrating. Because here's my problem with running. So I'll be running, recently I've been letting Apple pick for me, like just for you, and then Apple pick makes a selection based on what they have seen me like or listen to in the past. And apparently, I listen to garbage, because that's all Apple ever plays for me. But I'll be running, and a new song will come up, and when I have an endorphin high going, everything seems great. So I'll favorite a song or add it to my, download the song, and then later when I'm in the car, I'll play it, and I'm like, why am I listening to this shit? And it's like, oh, I see, I favorited this song when I was like high on life running. So it's a dangerous thing to do. I caution against liking or making any, don't make any decisions while you're running, because it's colored by a naturally occurring drug in your blood. Okay?
Yes, thank you.
Great, good talk.
Yes.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Christina.
Hi, Christina.
So I was definitely not expecting to be my
Oh,
counsel.
okay.
But you know what? We'll go with it. We'll go with it.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
I also wasn't expecting this. I was completely blindsided by finding myself up on stage here. I was sitting peacefully in the green room, and suddenly I'm informed it's time to go on stage. And I said, I'm going on stage today? I'm not. I didn't think my name was going to get picked.
but here we are.
And here I am,
Okay, so,
and here you are,
and here I am.
and you're
It's great.
piecing it together. Who did you think was going to get picked?
Not me. Anybody else but not me. Me and my friend were talking, and I was like, oh fuck, my name's up on there. I said,
Which one is you're Christina Miller?
I am. Yes.
Are you sure there's not another Christina Miller in the audience? Maybe
There might be, I don't know.
maybe you're taking someone else's spot. It also shows your seat number, huh?
Yes, it does.
Huh.
Yeah.
So we can tell when you come up to the microphone, everyone gets to see
Great.
how rich you are. I see how this goes.
I don't know, I just gave you a number. Anyway, so
Michaela, GA, what is that?
General
Okay, general
I
admission.
don't know. This is my first convention. I don't know. This is all
Okay.
new for me too. So
What is K38? That's just your row and your seat number? Okay. Yeah, you think so. You know, you probably have been sitting there, right? I don't know. It's the lap that I was put in. I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
So kill, marry, fuck as Castiel and as yourself. Yeah.
Who are my choices?
So your kill, marry, fuck list as Castiel.
Yeah.
And like you as yourself, Misha.
Okay.
So they can make us technically 2 questions.
Oh, of all people in the universe?
No! Characters. Okay. Sorry, on Supernatural.
Characters on
Okay.
Supernatural.
Correct.
Okay. Well, I work with these people. I still see them in a professional and social setting. I can't go, someone is undoubtedly recording this. It'll be posted online. Jared will be like, why didn't you fuck me? What's so bad about this? Why am I doing all this weightlifting and you don't even want to fuck me? But he's just like, you know, he's good around the house. Very uncomfortable with your question. Okay, there are three male characters from the show right behind you. Do you see them on the wall?
Yeah, I was loving on the
What is your KML? It puts you in a spot, doesn't it?
I mean, of all the characters of the entire series.
No, that's your choices. Yeah,
Let me think about that.
you shouldn't have to think.
Well, when you have really 3 attractive men, it's kind of hard to
Yeah,
pick.
yeah.
You know?
I know, this is the conundrum that I found myself in.
Kill?
Is there someone that could remove the K38 seat from the room? Well, this has been an unpleasant exchange. Thank you very much. Hello.
Hello,
Hi.
and welcome back to New Orleans.
Thank you.
I hope you have a good time in our city.
I have.
Excellent.
I would say I had, even if I hadn't.
That's right.
Because that's the kind of people pleaser I am.
Yeah, but that usually means people are drunk. Before I ask my question, I wanted to say thank you. Because I got into the fandom just about 5 years ago. I was very lonely, and some things were going on. You know, the usual stuff. And I found out about you and the show and Random Acts, and I started up an online auction as a charitable fundraiser for Random Acts. And because of that, over the last few years, I have met hundreds of people online, many of whom have become dear friends of mine. And that happened because of you, so thank you.
Thank you for sharing that, and I'm so glad that happened for you.
Can I plug my auction?
What?
Can I plug my auction?
Well, you're at the microphone.
All right, so everybody, it's ficfacers.com, and our auction is every June. We auction off customized fanfic and fan art. It's real fun. And so, my question is, I try to keep things as fun as possible. Any advice?
In your life, you try to be fun?
No, I mean the auction.
Oh, in your auction. How to make your auction fun? Have you ever done a strip auction?
I don't think I have the body.
It will be fun, trust me. Just do it.
My mother would see.
I guess it's funny I say that, and then I realize, oh, we actually have done strip auctions. I remember whoring out, I guess that's the term, Matt Cohen on stage. And it was like, if enough people chip in or bid or whatever, Matt will take off his shirt. Which they didn't realize he would take off his shirt anyway. But
So nudity.
Yeah, so nudity, whatever, it's a fine line.
It's okay, you were wise as always.
And prostitution, but somewhere in there.
Okay. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you.
I hope that was helpful.
No, nudity, money, they go together. Thank you.
I was speaking of Random Acts, working on this show, Road Food, and we were down in the bayou and met a family that had their house completely picked up and dropped in the trees on the other side of the bayou, and all that was left was the foundation. The house was completely gone, and it was a single dad who didn't have insurance. The house had been passed down over generations from his great grandfather. So the house had no mortgage, but it was also uninsured, and they had no way to start over again. And Jensen's wife, Danielle, when Hurricane Harvey came along, she's on the board of Random Acts, and when Hurricane Harvey came along, she was like, let's rally together and put together a fundraiser for Hurricane Harvey victims. And we raised like $500,000 or more than that for hurricane relief. And we still had I called Random Acts, David Antonelli, who's our finance manager, and I was like, David, do we have any money left in the hurricane relief fund? And we still had $20,000 left. And so it was such a cool thing to be able to do, to be like, hey, to his dad, hey, we're gonna give you some money to, help start you on your way to rebuilding here. And it was so nice just to be able to do that, and this fandom in general has been so incredibly generous and compassionate and empathetic, and it's been really nice to see those traits brought to bear to actually occasionally help people in a material way. I'm still talking to you even though you left the microphone a long time ago. I now see that.
Hi, Misha.
Hi.
My name's Leah, and...
Hi, Leah.
Hi. Well, the first thing I wanted to say is thank you so much for being here and also for all of your hard work. It's meant a lot to me and my family. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
My question, so I'm an actor, and I'm kind of starting out, and I wanted to find out what is either your best or your weirdest acting experience that you had when you first started?
Well, I had a weird audition experience when I was pretty new, where it was a chemistry read. I had been cast, but the female kind of semi-lead role that was going to play my girlfriend in this production had not been cast yet. And so we had a chemistry read, and so there were 4 women brought in to audition, and we made out. Super weird, in front of producers and whatnot, and it was like, we were all young enough as actors and naive enough that we didn't know, that's weird. I mean, I think we knew it was weird, but we thought, well, I guess that's the business. And so that was a strange experience that would never happen now, hopefully. But let's see, what other weird acting experiences did I have? When I was starting out, I moved to Los Angeles fairly quickly after really starting acting. I had been living in Washington, D.C., and I had a little bit of luck in a very short period of time. And I was like, well, this is easy. I'll move to Los Angeles and hit the big time. And so I went to L.A., and suddenly I wasn't a medium-sized fish in a small pond. I was a tiny fish in a huge lake. And it was challenging to break in, but I had a lot of opportunities at the very beginning, because when you're new, when you're like young and somewhat good looking and new to Los Angeles, the casting director's like, yeah, I'll see the new guy once, yeah, we'll bring him in. And so I had this audition for Dick Wolf, who was doing this series about White House interns, and I had been a White House intern. And so I was like, I'm a shoo-in for this. This is awesome. And I had taken one acting class at that point, and one of the things I had learned was you want to do some business, something like that can help when you're doing business, like you're washing dishes in a scene or something like that. If you can, occupy your hands, it actually can make the entire performance more natural. This was a little trick that I had picked up in an acting class. And so, in this scene, my character is getting ready to go to work, and I thought, what would be cool is if I was changing my shirt in the scene, and that way it'll give me some business, but I'll be natural, I'll be talking. So I had this white button-up Oxford on, and I had a T-shirt on underneath it, and I was like, all right, what I'm going to do in this scene is I'm going to take off this shirt. It's not a strip. I'm not stripping, but it's just business, And so I got into the audition. I had read once for the casting director without doing my business, but I had now had some preparation time, and I had thought it through. I went into the room, and there were probably 9 or 10 producers, director, executives from the network, and we started the scene. They're filming it on a little camcorder, and I'm saying the lines, but they're a little bit hard. They're not coming quite as quickly as I would hope. But I'm yet muddling through, but partly it's because I'm having a hard time with my buttons. And I'm unbuttoning my shirt, and it's not like casual business, like washing a dish while chatting. It's like really clearly taking all of my concentration, because my hands were shaking a little bit, and I couldn't get the buttons. And then I got the buttons finally undone, and we're getting toward the end of the scene, and I was determined to get this fucking shirt off. But I didn't want to try to, everybody, well, I don't know if you know this, but on a men's dress shirt, the sleeve buttons can be quite challenging. And I had my wits about me enough to realize I'm never going to get those buttons undone with one hand. So I decided I would just take the shirt off without undoing the buttons. And so I'm trying to get my arm out of the sleeves, but I'm still holding the audition material at the same time, which is part of what I hadn't factored into this whole thing, is I have the papers, and I'm trying to unbutton. Now I'm holding the papers and trying to thread my arm through the sleeve that I haven't unbuttoned. And long story short, the audition ends with the shirt off and inside out, but both sleeves still stuck to my wrists. It was so mortifying, and I had to leave the audition with the shirt just dragging. I did not get that part. So anyway, you have stuff like that to look forward to.
Thank you.
Yeah. Have you been going on auditions?
Yes, I'm trying. With the pandemic, but I'm trying to do it again.
Yeah, so think about doing stuff like that, because I think it adds a lot of texture to the performance. If you can get yourself sort of tangled up in something, it's a good way to stand out.
I will make sure I have a trench coat or something like that in my next audition.
That can slide off easily?
Oh, yeah.
That's smart, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I wish I had thought of that. I don't know why I wasn't just taking a blazer off, why I decided I needed to take off something that required so much work. Yeah, there were, unfortunately, quite a few of those types of incidents in my auditioning history. I went I made some bad choices. I spent a weekend raging. I was really raging. That's an expression, which means drinking your face off. And I was probably 25, and it was a real party bender weekend out in Palm Springs, and I had an audition on Monday morning for Pearl Harbor. And I was going to be one of, I don't know, I never watched the movie, but I was going to be a soldier in Pearl Harbor, maybe. And I think I was maybe still a little bit drunk when I got to the audition Monday morning. And the casting director, who's a notoriously stern woman, had the camcorder in front of me. She said, okay, Misha, just state your name for the camera and the character. I don't remember what the character's name was, but I did know my name. And she said, okay, and if you could stand up straight, please. And apparently, I just leaned further away from straight. And she was like, no, that's not straight. Can you stand up straight? This is a soldier. You need to be able to stand up straight. And then I got in my head, and I was like, oh shit, I was so out of it that I couldn't stand up straight. And she finally was like, okay. And I said, do you want me to do the lines? And she said, no. Anyway, I spent some time working on that subsequently, and eventually was able to add to my resume, can stand up straight.
Down on your list of special skills.
Special skills, stand up straight.
Thank you, Misha.
Yeah.
Hi. On Supernatural, one of the monsters is a djinn or genie that when he captures you, you get to live out your greatest wish in a world constructed by him. I'm wanting to know, if you were under this power, what would your wish world look like?
That's a big question. I don't know. I guess I would wish for, I don't know. I think I would wish for something like some sort of inner peace, which sounds very trite when I say it out loud, but I am somebody that I think, like many people, am chronically, persistently dissatisfied. I'm always looking for the next thing, or I'm always plagued by the question, what should I be doing right now to be productive? And I would love to be in a world where, in my own head, I was just okay being wherever I was at that moment, being in the moment, being in the present, and maybe probably playing with my kids. That's a very earnest answer for you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi. My question is, what would you like us to take from your new show, and would you feature any of your former co-stars on your show?
I would love to feature former co-stars on my show. We haven't actually, I don't think anyone has joined me on the road yet from the show, but that would be fun to do. We actually talked about that early on, and we might do it if we keep doing the show for another season. We might do that. And I guess I hope that people might watch it and take away some of the things that I've taken away, which are that it's hard to hate people when you know them. Talking to people who are different from you can be quite illuminating. And it's illuminating in different ways, because I think I started out thinking I was going to discover that we're all more the same than we are different. And while that's true, we're also all really different. And for me, that second component has been really illuminating. I've realized, like, oh, these other cultures are very different from the culture that I was raised in. And there are really valuable things in a lot of them that I kind of want to bring into my own life. Like this island, Tangier, the family is everything for those people, and no one ever leaves everyone that lives there has great-great-great-grandparents from that island and has deep ties to their family that are so important to them. And everything else is tertiary. And you know, I learned things from my Apache tour guide that like really opened my mind to a different universe of possibilities. So we all share these characteristics of human sameness, but at the same time, there is this incredible wealth of diversity in the country that learning about actually makes it certainly makes me a better person. So I guess I would hope that those messages would resonate with the audience as well. It might not, but you know, fuck them. It helped me, and that's all I really care about.
It's such a great speech. I was really feeling it. It makes me realize what's great about American people and everything, and really I just care about myself. Ladies and gentlemen, the legend, Misha Collins.
NOLA? Nolans? How's everybody doing? Yeah.
Who's a first timer? Holy shit. Who started watching this show during pandemic?
Oh, no. What were you raising your hand for?
Watched it when it first started airing.
Oh, when it first started airing?
Yeah.
How many people started watching it, what, 16 years ago? Gosh, I know. Okay, thank you. Whatever. We can't. Listen, I was only 5 years old when... So was I.
I wasn't even conceived yet. Well, thank you all so much. We missed you guys.
And welcome all the newcomers. That's you guys couldn't think of anything else to do on a Sunday afternoon? Is that,
come look at
Slim Pickens?
Our old faces.
You're good? Solid. Nice. Solid.
Do what at the brewery?
South Pie at the brewery.
All right. Jeez.
They rehearsed that.
That was in stereo.
I'm not even mad. I'm impressed.
Well, technically we do, but they're pizza pies.
Okay, that's...
No, he's like, no, ain't gonna cut.
He's gonna go back in time and not watch it. Well, let's, shoot, you guys have been waiting. I see a hand already. I'm gonna go ahead and start with that. I think you had a question, not just waving? Okay. Every now and again, we'll be here, and I'll be like, okay, so who has a question? So I'll be like, hi. No, I was just waving. So,
hi, I'm Patty.
Hi, Patty.
I wanted to know, Jensen, how can we get your beer to New York?
Oof, well, drive from Austin to New York. It's probably the best way. No, we're still, you know, self-distributing right now, so we're only covering a very small portion of even Texas at this point.
Girl.
Jensen, I went to Acme Oyster Bar last night. It was Turns out I like oysters. Who knew?
Where'd you go?
Acme oysters down
Right?
in Prince Quarter.
Charboiled, Acme Oyster House. Some charboiled oysters?
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yeah. Have you ever had sweet potato beignets? It's so good.
Sweet potato beignets?
It says sweet potato and duck, but there's no duck that I could see.
Is it like sweet potato and then like...
Yes.
Okay.
No, but it was... I think so,
It's
but
cooked in duck fat.
go there. It's a mouth gas.
Is that also Acme?
No, it's Sobu.
Sobu?
S-O-B.
Okay, I have another suggestion for you.
Okay.
So, last night, I went to Tipitina's, which is it's an institution here in New Orleans. It's a music venue place. And went there, saw a little bit of a show, and I was like, I gotta work tomorrow, I gotta get out of here. But just outside the door, right across the street, in the median of the road there, was a guy with a big giant smoker who makes his own sausage and cooks them right there on this, I don't know how old the grill was. And my friend who lives here in New Orleans is like, you've got to try this. I'm like, it's street food, I'm good. And I just had dinner, he's like, you need, I'm sorry, I'm not taking you home unless you have. I'm like, fine. One, it was a religious experience. I'm not kidding. Yeah, it was like...
What time was this?
Like 1? Gosh. 1 this morning? Listen, my wife's here, and I don't do well with a curfew when she's around. It's just, she's kind of in charge, so that's what happens. But I'm glad that this happened, because it was phenomenal. So if you find yourself at Tipitina's any night in the near future, look for this fella making his own sausage. Oh.
Well, she said she's going to tell my cousin's son that he's going to have a new girlfriend so she can have all the food down here.
Well, there you go. Any excuse is a good one.
Yep.
Okay, all right. Okay, hey, all right. How about the guy who's angry with me? Yeah. Yeah, you. All right. No, the other guy that's saying, yeah, come on.
All right, what are the best tacos?
He's like, this whole row hates you, dude. You don't have pie at your brewery. Get it together.
Best tacos in Texas and why?
Oh gosh, that's tough. That's a difficult question.
I mean,
Just pick a city.
well, Austin. Yeah, I'm going to say Austin.
Yeah.
I mean, and not just because we're biased, but that's why we moved there.
You know what? Austin does have the best tacos in Texas. I'm going to go with this place that I would go to every day, basically, almost, that's hyperbole. There's a place on O'Connor Road in San Antonio, where I grew up. Go O'Connor Road, yeah. Cliff, keep an eye on that one. There's a place called Tejas Cafe, and they would have these giant homemade flour tortillas, and I think when I was growing up, it was like 85 cents, and it was a giant tortilla with bacon and egg or chorizo and egg or potato and egg. And we would go, my brother and I, we grew rapidly in our high school years. We were very hungry, and so we would go and get all this salsa, and like 5 or 6 tacos that are giant, and then it'd be like, hey, let's go to Schlitterbahn. And then you get to Schlitterbahn and you're in a bathing suit and you're like, these tacos ain't sitting too well. I don't know if I trust the bathrooms. But
Schlitterbahn is a water park.
Yeah.
For those of you, I don't, Schlitterbahn, what is that?
Long story short, the moral of my story is don't have 6 tacos and go to Schlitterbahn, but you can have 6 tacos and go for a nap. So I'm gonna go with, just as also, it's, as a matter of fact, when they made beers for us, season 1, they asked us to think of funny names or something that meant something to you. And my beer was called Larkler Tejas, and it's because of Tejas Cafe. It's because of the tacos at Tejas Cafe. So, yeah. Go O'Connor. I want to hear, stable, you do Taco Deli or Torchy's, I mean, So many.
Yeah, I'm
trustworthy.
There's some really good, yeah, I would probably go Taco Deli.
Yeah.
In Austin.
Yeah, Taco Deli's great.
It's just, it's always solid.
I would like to go with somebody who's not angry at me. Anybody?
Yeah.
Okay. I see 2 hands in the back. There were 2 hands, they just went down, she got tired. Or were you smelling your armpits? Yes, you with the fingers. Just because it's blurry and I'm like, well, just so we see.
Hi guys.
Hi.
First, I just wanted to say thank y'all because of your show. I met my best friend online and we came here together. So
awesome.
Also, Jensen, this is for you really quick. Did you? It wasn't me, but did you see the shirt with Daniil on it that said the best thing about Jackals was his wife? And how did you feel about it?
Well, I feel like the framing was a little off because I literally got cut out of the photo, which, well done, I suppose. It's a nice little like accent on the whole shirt. It's literally say like Daniil's better, and I get cut out of the photo. Which, okay, I got it. Thank you. I appreciated it. And I may have mentioned it to her, and she may be coming by this afternoon, so. Just to see that shirt, so if you don't have it on, put it on. It's on? You have it on? Looking for you later. Okay, right here, I thought she got called a second ago, but yeah, there you go. Yes. Keep your hand up, Right, nope, keep coming. The other, keep coming. Stop. It's a family program. Hi.
You were quick. Hi, everybody. She's doing the prom wave.
Hi. I was wondering if you 2 lovely gentlemen would mind showing us an elbow?
You want to see my weenus? We barely know each other.
I don't mind.
Thank you for your question.
This is not strong enough. I'm sure that means something in like the TikTok world that I don't know.
No, it was
Ask DJ.
It was DJ.
Okay.
Oh, DJ's involved? Yeah, definitely not showing him that.
Actually, once at a convention, showed some deep fakes that I screen grabbed and got into a little bit of something about that. I mean, they're just penises. Every second person has one. When you've seen enough of them, they start looking like elbows. They really do.
Thank you for the question. I'm going to find out what that means.
Yeah, I'm going to find out from DJ after I punch him. Okay.
We're not going anywhere. We'll be back. I'll see you later. Thank you all so much.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.